Hello and welcome. Thank you very much. Today we are going to complete our second part of HSC plan and procedure. For the detail, in the first slide, I explained to you about what is HSC plan and what is HSC procedure. Now, this session is especially for practical exercise because I'm going to demonstrate two different documents. First is called HSC plan and second is called HSC procedure. So with example, we are going to learn it. So this video is for those who want to enhance his information, his knowledge about how to develop the procedure, how to make the procedure. So let's go without making any further delay. Those who are well qualified, succeed and more talented, more educated than me. So please, this video is not for them. Please, I need your suggestions and guidance to improve myself. But those who are looking to improve and want to become a safety officer, engineer, supervisor, manager, so for them this video will be absolutely beneficial. So I am HSC manager by profession and my name is Muhammad Khurshid. I will give you my detailed introductions very soon. So first of all, I would like to complete this session, the second part of HSC, what is difference between HSC plan and HSC procedure. So let's begin. You can see on the top, I have just pasted one paper here. This is called cover page of the document. So we can describe here, this is called procedure, this is called plan. Okay, this is actually called plan. So how to prepare this plan, I will teach you because this is practical exercise, not theoretical. It is completely practical. You can see here there are some columns. Okay, so in this column, the first column, we need to describe, suppose we have contractor, we have contractor, subcontractor, and client. We have three different stakeholders for this project. So we have contractor. First of all, the client is the one who is giving the work to contractor. Contractor is the one who is winning the project as a project contractor, and he is the one who is taking the contract, and some portions of the project or fully the project or a partially portions of the project is given by contractor to subcontractor. Suppose in my project we have given one portions of the activity to my subcontractor. Suppose electrical activity, piping activity, civil excavations, material supplying, these all are different part of the project execution. So this procedure will be called HSC procedure. Okay, even though in Aramco, actually I am working in Aramco as a HSC manager, so I have just taken this point from Saudi Aramco. In Saudi Aramco we say CSSP, contractor site safety program. Okay, in other we also say contractor HSC plan, contractor health safety and environment plan. So either it can be CSP in Saudi Aramco, CSSP in non-Aramco project like SABIC, ADNOC, Qatar Energy, British Petroleum. In this all organization we can give the special title like HSC plan. Okay, so let's come here. The client is the one who is giving the project, contractor is the one who is taking the project, and if it is required, contractor is going to hire so many subcontractor. So there will be main subcontractor, subcontractor, then there will be service provider, who can provide the service for the project. Okay, so this document will be prepared by contractor and subcontractor as well as both. Okay, so contractor will prepare or subcontractor will prepare these documents. So there will be a logo. This area we are going to put logo. Okay, so here will be logo of contractor and subcontractor, any one of them. Okay, so there will be logo of contractor and subcontractors who own the project exactly. Okay, here you need to describe the project title. You need to describe the project title in detail. Here you can write the type of, like suppose this plan is made for whole project or some particle like a particular area, you have to describe here. Okay, then you can add here logo of your client, SABIC, Aramco, ADNOC and Qatar Energy. Then you have to write here document number. This document number is very important because maybe this document is first one, second one, third one. So the person who is preparing this document, he has to make a list. Okay, and if it is plan, he can write down there the project title and HSE, and then he can give 001 or 002, whatever he wants. Because of sequence, he has to write down. Then if this document is being revised frequently, like first time, first submission, second submission, third submission to client for the review, because this contractor will submit the plan to client for the review and approval. Okay, so if there is some comment from the client, the contractor has to revise and submit the procedure. This procedure will be revised like 01, 02, 03, depend on frequency of revision. Okay, you need to mention here the date of the procedure, when the procedure was developed, when it was prepared exactly. Then you have to write here how many seats are there. Like suppose in this procedure you can find 1 seat and 216. So we are working on first seat. So total seats numbers are 216. Okay, so now it's clear. And you can see here, you can easily find one word here. The word is saying that BI, like budget index, budget index, it is index. Okay, that this budget was issued for this BI. Suppose BI 00295 something. I'm not telling the exact number, like 921 something. Okay, this project was owned and all the project budget will be issued to this number. Okay, because the client has also keep the data of that. Okay, so accordingly they are going to put this number. So this is called BI. Okay, title is clear. Even though we can say contractor HSE plan or HSE plan. Okay, this document is going to be submit to suppose I'm working on Aramco project, so absolutely Aramco. So this need to be signed by client Aramco representative. Okay, he will review and finally sign, and there will be one stamp. Then the contractor will come to know that document is approved, and it need to be distributed to subcontractor and all the relevant main subcontractor, service provider, or some others. Okay, that this is the approved procedures and you need to follow because we are main contractor. Okay, clear? Let's move forward. You can see here the procedure was revision 00, means it is the first time the procedure was developed, prepared, and still it is not submitted, even though it is submitted to client, but we didn't receive any recommendation, comment, or anything from client to revise. When there will be a revision, automatically this will be changed. Okay, the date of revision we need to mention here. Date of revision we need to mention here. Okay, what is the purpose of this procedure? Why we made this procedure? This procedure was made for issued for construction. Issued for construction work. Who prepared? Suppose my name KA. I prepared this procedure. Who will review? You can see here to prepare. This is wrong word. Actually, this should not be here. Only it should be prepared by one person. Okay, and it will be like here. We can say review. We can say here review by my project manager or senior authority who deserve to be reviewed, who is more competent than me, who is more qualified than me. Okay, and he can review this procedure. Okay, then it will be checked by more senior guy, then it will be checked by another person if it is required, and then it can go to final approval from client. Who will give the approval? Client. Okay, now it's clear. From here, one thing I would like to tell you, that why I need to prepare this procedure. Is it mentioned somewhere in the national or international regulations, term, conditions, responsibility? It is mentioned somewhere. It is not clearly mentioned anywhere, but being a safety professional, because this is manual, this is plan, this need to be developed by safety department, and it will go to project manager or senior management, my corporate manager, to review these documents, and later on that will be sent to client for review. The client will make a benchmarking to review these documents. Let's discuss about that. First of all, during the preparations of this procedure, we need to consider so many things. First of all, how we are going to prepare this procedure, what basis, what is the benchmark document, what is a standard documents which we require to develop this procedure, which one? First of all, we can go client standard document. Client standard document. So for the safety management program, suppose we are going to prepare the health safety environment plan or project health safety environment plan. So what documents are required? We require some client standard document. This document will be prepared based on this document. We cannot just randomly write whatever we want. No, we need to comply. Contractor has to comply client standard document. We cannot develop by ourselves, even though we need to go for national and international standard. International standard to be followed by international document, national and international document like CO, code of practice, code of practices. We need to follow code of practices, even though we need to follow ISO, we need to follow BS, British Standard, and American Standard, even though we required to go for European Standard. We need to follow these all standard documents to prepare this procedure. Okay, if we are not just only randomly going to prepare this procedure. That's why the person who is preparing this procedure, he must know these all things to prepare this procedure. Okay, then this procedure will be completed. So I explained to you in the cover page how to make this first cover page. Then what documents are benchmarking to prepare that procedure. Secondly, who is going to give the project to whom, and how many subcontractors or contractors can perform, even though after taking the project from contractor, from client, the contractor can perform the activity or execute the project by himself without taking the support from anyone, depend on the capacity of that. But some service providers are 100% required, because all contractors cannot keep all the resources by themselves. So that's why they have to depend on someone to take some support during the execution. Like we need some equipment, so we have to go for some service provider from third party. So that third party will also follow these standard documents. They cannot deviate and ignore to follow this contractor safety HSCE plan or contractor site safety program. They cannot deviate, they cannot violate, they cannot renounce, they cannot forsake, they cannot give up. They have to follow 100%. So these are the brief introduction about contractor site safety program or health safety environmental program or plan for the project. Let's move forward. What will be contained inside? Okay, so this procedure will not be applicable unless until it is approved by client. Okay, let's go further. Next slide. I have attached here some sample. Okay, we cannot go for each and all details, but yes, it is important. This is called index. Index, the content. Okay, you can see here point number 1 and project definition. What is project definition? What is project definition? We need to describe a concise description for the project. Okay, what is concise? Like, what is type of project, what we have to do, like brief descriptions about project need to be mentioned there. Okay, so this is called concise information. Then contractual definitions and abbreviation. Definition and abbreviation. Then acronyms. Acronyms we need to write down, like HSEM, PM, CM, even though we can say CCM, like Health Safety Environment Manager, CPM, Contractor Project Manager, CCM, like Contractor Construction Manager. So this abbreviation we need to add there. So when you are going to insert these abbreviations during this detailed information, somebody can come and refer that what you have mentioned exactly. So he will come back and get the reference of that word. Okay, so that's why we need to go for the acronyms. Okay, later on we have to go for 2 reference rules, code and standard. As I mentioned earlier, we need to go for client approved standard. Okay, then we have to go for national and international safety standard, British standard, American standard, European standard, ISO 45000 and some engineering standard. Even though NFPA, National Fire Prevention Association for firefighting system, firefighting devices, so we need to go for that too. Okay, so that document will be called benchmark. Benchmark to prepare both documents, client document and contractor document. Client document will be the principal document. Based on that, this procedure will be developed. This plan will be developed. Okay. Then codes of a standard, company document. Okay. What is company document? We can say here, in Aramco we say company document, but in non-Aramco we say company document. In Aramco is called company, but in non-Aramco project, the contractor itself called company. Okay. So suppose we are preparing some procedure as a plan. In that plan, we are taking client document, and even though we required our corporate document, that is called company document. Suppose my company has health, safety, environment program, that is called corporate document. Okay. So while preparing this document, health, safety, environment plan, we need to take the reference of these documents too, because sometime the company has its own policy. Okay. And according to that policy, we need to fit here this all information. Some like some unique things, some initiative things, some different things are followed by the contractor, that need to be inserted here. And even though you can give the reference, if client has some objection, then only you can give the reference, but you cannot go in detail, because if it is going to contradict contractor and client documents, so you have to give the preference for client document. Is clear? Yeah. Contractor document, company document is Aramco, contractor document is contractor document, and a scope of document on which project, on which based this project was owned, and what are the information mentioned in that document, because that document is the main document on which we can prepare this document. What is the scope of work, how many pipes we need to do building, what is the line name, what are the size of the pipe, plant, all detailed information, So we can go for a scope of document. Okay. Area for application, where this document will be applicable: in the plant, outside the plant, green area, brown area, where this document will be applicable. So that point need to be mentioned, that this document is only for Saudi Arabia, in Jubail, Dammam, whatever, in UAE, Qatar, in which area, special area we need to define. Okay. Project overview and brief descriptions we need to, this is called SOW, a scope of work. We can say a scope of work. Dear gentlemen, it is very important to know all the person about a scope of work. If you don't know a scope of work, it is difficult for you to move forward. Okay. So a scope of work is mandatory. Then we are going for project overview, scope, then outline the proposed facility, or where we are going to work, what are there in some facilities, plant, live area, greenfield, brownfield. Okay, all should be there. Project HSE policy and philosophy. Project HSE policy, you know very well about it. It is basic thing that it should be prepared and developed basically based on the project, and it should be signed by and reviewed by higher management of the organization, and that will be pasted here. Okay, that should be attached with the procedure that contractor is obliged or committed to follow health and safety environment at the workplace on this project. So that's why it is signed by higher management, and all the line management and down sites, all the teams will follow. Line manager, project manager, construction manager, site engineer, supervisor, workers, safety manager, safety supervisor, all the people, all the workers need to follow this one. Okay, so policy is very important. And then we can go contractor. You can see here, this area is for contractor document. Okay, it's contractor document, not client document, because contractor has has its own policy, a standard document like health, safety, environment plan. Okay, that plan he has described here how to use this one. Okay, then we can go for zero incident philosophy. Yeah, like this document need to be signed by higher management that we are obliged to go for zero incident and accident. This is policy need to be signed by management. Okay, we can go for here. This is a very important part. Point number 7. Point number 7. What is point number 7? Point number 7 says that organization chart and HSE organization chart. So we have two different chart here. What is different chart? We can see here. Contractor, point number 7. Contractor like PM, project manager, HSE manager, QC manager, PCM manager, engineering manager, and we can write here HSE manager, QCM manager, PCM, EN, and interface manager. Okay, so this is called complete organization chart. Then it has its own department, they have own department, his own department. Then HSE, we can go for HSE here because we are talking about HSE manager, then HSE supervisor. Okay, HSE engineers, environment coordinator. Okay, in HSE supervisors there are some safety officers and all the juniors, an associate at safety attendants. Okay, safety engineer, HSE engineer, health safety environment and engineer. It has also some support depend on the organization's structure. So this is the called structure of organization. So there will be one whole complete structure from PM, then we can say floor manager. They are called floor manager and our departmental manager, he is project manager, and these are like PCM is departmental manager. Departmental manager has some his subordinate, some his colleague working under him. Okay, so he is departmental manager. Let's move forward. If I am going to explain a lot, it will take a lot of time, but yes, I need to finish HSE plan by today. And the third video, don't forget about procedure, because procedure is also very important. So first video we came to know that what is different between HSE plan and HSE procedure. Now we are talking about HSE plan. In the third video you need to know about procedure. Okay, so responsibility. After this organizational chart, HSE and project chart, we need to know about the responsibility. Okay, I will explain you later in other video what is different between responsibility and accountability. What is different, I will explain separately to you. Okay, so project management team like project manager, project director. Director is also top of PM, director. Okay, director, he is boss of PM. Then there is operation manager, CEO, general manager, whatever. Okay, depend on its company organization. I'm not talking all organizations are the same, depend on them. Okay, then we can go on the top like CEO, CEO, okay, Chief Executive Officer. Okay, so what will be responsibility of project management team? Project director, like PM. Okay, then project director, you can see a project director, project managers. Sometime in some organization there is PM, then you can see deputy PM. Okay, so he is the boss of this man. Okay, PM, deputy PM. Okay, then we can go for project HSE manager. Project HSE manager is reporting to two different authority and entity. We need to explain here. CEO, HSE director, HSE director project HSE manager, then project HSE manager has to also reporting indirectly to PM, and he has to report to HSE director. Okay, HSE director, he has to report to HSE director, and he has to report also PM, project management. Okay, so these are the brief HSE organization how to report. Okay, but he can report to PM, HSE manager can report to PM, he has to report to his director, even though he has to report his client. He has to report to his client HSE department. Okay, then we can go for project HSE coordinator. He is reporting to HSE manager, and coordinator has some supervisors downside and engineers, even though safety officers and relevant team, medic teams somewhere. Okay, now I just only concised here the information. I will also go for slight information like PM, CM, project engineer, PE, and site superintendent. It comes under CM. Under CM, PE comes, site superintendent comes, and site superintendent, under site superintendents and PE there are site supervisors. Okay, under site supervisors there are foreman or leadman. Sometime leadman comes under foreman. So these are the structure. Under the leadman there are workers. Workers are two types: skilled, non-skilled. Non-skilled like laborers. Okay, skills are like electrician, pipe fitter, instrument technician, welders. These all are skilled persons. So today, I'm very happy that at least we completed our HSC plan, how to make this procedure, how to make this plan. Then we can go for the next step, HSC procedures. We will discuss in separate classes. So thank you very much. I hope that you are doing very support to me, and I see my first video you have given good subscriptions, good points, you like it, subscribe it, and you have watched it. Please give your valuable suggestions to me, your comments, it will be appreciated and it will be good for me. So please watch, share and be with me. Thank you very much.